What is the biggest waste of money?
Engagement rings. Engagement rings are an absolute scam made up by the diamond industry to sell more diamonds. Before the 1930s, diamond engagement rings weren't a thing, and it wasn't until 1938 when the De Beers Diamond Company launched a massive ad campaign that they became commonplace. What I hate the most about this social phenomenon is that diamonds aren't even that valuable. In fact, in 1999, the De Beers chairman even said diamonds are intrinsically worthless. They're expensive because De Beers has a monopoly and artificially restricts supply. In terms of resale value, you'd be better off buying a Chanel bag, and you'd be much better off just investing that money. The average American spends $6,350 on an engagement ring, and many couples go into their marriages in less than ideal financial shape because of this archaic expectation that doesn't actually represent a couple's love. So while I'm not saying propose to your honey with a ring pop, I am saying have a candid conversation with them about finances and how much you want to spend on a shiny piece of carbon. What do you think people should be spending on an engagement ring? Let me know in the comments.
What is the biggest waste of money?
Your 401k. If you are blindly throwing money into your 401k and you are not actually researching and choosing the funds that you're in and you're letting other people do that for you, you're going to be real upset when you go to retire because you think you have 4 or 5 million in there. And after you pull out your money after expense ratios and taxes, it's closer to 1.5 or 2 million. 401k is the biggest scam in America besides college.
Stuff that's a total waste of money and you really don't need. To start, you really don't need bougie deodorant. I love my bougie beauty products and stuff, but their deodorants always suck. It's just a name and it doesn't work as well as this usual cheap shit from the pharmacy. I'm just saying. Next up, you do not need one of those electric citrus juicers. Unless you are feeding a goddamn army of children, you do not need that. All you need are one of these little wooden citrus juicers. They work wonders. And a pro tip, if you want to get a lot of juice out of a lime or a lemon, give it a little roll on the counter and then juice it. Next up, stop buying sticks of butter. Buy a big butter and cut it yourself, and ta-da, you save $1 and you get more butter. Because more butter is more better. More better's not really a thing, but follow along. Oh, and another thing you really don't need, an overpriced logo t-shirt. Just because it says Gucci or Chanel, it doesn't make it fashion. It just makes you a billboard that's walking around for free promoting a brand. And the same thing goes with pool slides. Designer plastic pool slides are a goddamn waste of money.
These are the biggest wastes of money, so let's see if you're spending on these things. So the average person spends $220 per month on subscriptions, despite the fact that 42% of those subscriptions are never used. The biggest culprits are gym memberships, cloud storage, and random streaming platforms. 61% of kitchen appliances are used less than once a year, despite being hundreds of dollars. Juicers and bread makers typically rank the highest on here. Anything more than 15 items of clothing per year is considered excess, as most people only wear 25% of their wardrobe. Additionally, purchasing luxury clothes for most people returns a lower satisfaction than just getting good fitting cheaper clothes, so the extra expense isn't worth that. College has one of the lowest ROIs of any mega investment if you're majoring in things like the humanities, arts, and social sciences. Ironically, gifting gift cards ends up being wasteful, with approximately $30 billion per year left on unused cards. And finally, the biggest waste of money is apparently timeshares, with less than 40% of people using them yearly and 80% of resellers losing money. So be smart.
If anybody wants to know what the biggest waste of money is, it's this. This thing is so... I don't even usually talk negative about products. If I don't like something, I just don't talk about it at all. And I literally did not pay for this. They sent it to me, and I still think it is a waste of money. I would never in a million years, and no shade to people that do, spend $10 on this knowing how bad it works. $10 for this. Mind you, do you know how many free hand sanitizers I've gotten from the State Farm stand at in front of a store or at the fair in the summer? I wish you could see how many free hand sanitizers I have. You literally, it's a fluid ounce for $10, and you literally have to spray it 15 times to even halfway saturate your hands. I'll show you. I would say that half saturated it, and I have to do it again.
If you start decluttering, you're gonna save money, and this is why. Our house constantly had small piles or small boxes of random things that didn't really have a place. And once we decluttered and got out all of the junk that we didn't need, we could actually find the stuff we did need. So we were not making unnecessary trips to Lowe's, to Target, to Walmart to get all of the things that we thought we needed, but we really just could not find in our house. So going through all of the excess junk in your house is actually going to in turn save you money. We didn't agree to a no spend January. We didn't really think about it, but we have actually spent less in January than we have any other month. And that's all due to our mindset and how we transformed it from, oh, we need this little thing to make us happy right this minute. But in reality, those tiny little things we're getting from the Target dollar section is clutter. Clutter, junk, unnecessary spending. And it's making a mess in your house. Less is more, people. Less is more.
Buying designer clothes is such a waste of money, man. Like, y'all really be going to these stores spending $2,000 and $3,000 and $7,000 and $10,000 on designer pieces that you only gonna wear once, when you can go get the same duplicate, the same replica for about $40 or $50, maybe $100 and save your money. People gonna know. People see, this what y'all don't be understanding about the whole designer world, the whole designer thing. You only paying for the name. The only reason that you going out there to buy it and spend all them thousands because you saw a celebrity wear it. See, people, everybody look at major celebrities like this right here. So if a celebrity go buy it, motherfuckers go spend their whole life savings. Damn near, motherfuckers save up for 3 to 4 to 6 months just to go get one purse. Whole time the celebrities wearing the replica. But since they got millions of followers, you automatically assume that it's worth something. Come on, man. The designer brands are paying them to wear their product because they know everybody look up to them and jealous and envious of them. That's why y'all be losing so much money, man. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care if you think you got millions and this and that third, bro. Every time you spend 20, 30, 40, 50,000 on designer, bro, that could have been a rental property you could have bought. That could have been something that could make you more money. But a lot of folks going broke behind the designer stuff trying to keep up. When half of the time, these folks don't even be wearing the real thing, man. Y'all crazy, man. And then this the lie everybody tell themselves when they buy it. Man, I'm buying it because the material of it. No, you not. You buying it because of the name. And you want somebody to see you in it and look at you a certain way, man. Come on, man, you gotta be real with yourself. Y'all going broke behind the designer stuff, bro.
What is something that you think is a waste of money?
I think one big thing that I see really commonly is the use of a lot of different food delivery apps. It's very convenient, obviously, but to a degree, it feels like throwing a lot of money away.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, sometimes you have to eat out, or sometimes eating out is the best option or the most convenient option, but really charge up that price.
Absolutely.
So what do you think is a big waste of money?
Pretty much everything, but I do think that buying only what you need is always best, and buying secondhand is always going to be better because, yeah.
What do you think is a big waste of money?
When people get a good deal on an item that they don't really need and then they buy excess of that item.
So what do you think is a big waste of money?
New cars.
So true, you drive them off the lot and they lose like half of their value.
That's right.
Things people spend their money on that make zero sense to me and that I think are kind of pointless. If you spend your money on any of these things, that's great. You can do what you want with your money. This is just my opinion. First thing is designer items for children. Like buying your infant a Burberry coat, or your 2-year-old a pair of Jordans, or an elementary schooler a pair of Uggs. I just do not understand the appeal of spending so much money to buy your child something that they will outgrow within a year. This next thing is something my boyfriend actually does, and I always make so much fun of him for this. Buying bottled water. Especially because whenever we go out to eat, we always just drink tap water. And if you're that worried about water purity at home, you can just buy a Brita filter. I will never understand it. The next thing is a first class ticket for flights that are under 6 hours. I fully understand springing for a first class ticket when you're traveling like 14, 15, 16 hours. But if you're flying from New York City to Boston, why do you need a first class ticket? The seats aren't even that much better. You don't really get any extra perks. The next thing is designer loungewear or like house slippers. Like fuzzy Hermes slippers or like a Dior bathrobe. Why would anyone pay over $1,000 for something you can't even leave your house in? And in this era of so many dupes, I refuse to believe you can't find something virtually identical for significantly cheaper. And this one might be a little bit controversial, but I don't understand people who buy vacation homes with the specific purpose of going there every year on vacation. Personally, if I had that kind of money, I would rather put it towards several trips where I can explore new places around the world instead of going to the same place every time. But that's just me. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree.
Question for the frugal people out there. What is the biggest waste of money?
Being impatient. Without a doubt, being impatient. But especially so when it comes to things that you need to buy, heavy emphasis on clothing. I believe in and practice buy once, cry once. We have more poorly made products available to us now than ever before. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like you buy a shirt, a lot of the times it's made out of plastic, how fun. You go and you wash it, it has a weird form after you wash it. It's never the same as when you bought it. And you would have been better off just waiting, saving a little bit more money, and then buying something that was cotton. This has happened to me with shoes, jackets, shirts, jeans, like everything. I'm over it, I'm done. Last year, I made the decision that I would put into practice buy once, cry once, and stick to that for the foreseeable future. I needed to buy a pair of black loafers for probably a year and a half. I didn't buy them because I didn't find the perfect pair, because I wanted to buy a pair that I actually wanted, that I actually could fall in love with, that would actually last for years to come, that I could take into the cobbler and actually get them repaired. I went to Paris recently and I found my perfect pair. I've been breaking them in by wearing socks and wearing them and cleaning my house. It's been great. But bought them. I don't need to buy another pair. That's it. We do not need 18 of the same things that are slightly different, or 18 of something because we have to keep buying it because we didn't buy one good version of it. Down the line, this will help you save so much money. And I want to say, a lot of times people think that frugal people are cheap. They're not. They just get really ruthless on the things that they actually care about and they want to spend money on. And I respect that because they've identified the thing that they find value in. And that's great.